Bill. Yeah.
Ladies and gentlemen, a very good afternoon to you all and a very warm welcome to what I'm sure is going to be a very special Ray White auction here today for number 1B James Avenue, right here in the beating heart of Highett. Kevin Chokshi is my name, and assisting me today are the good-looking team from Ray White. And on behalf of our vendors, we'd like to thank you all for your attendance, your attention, and if you're able to the Easter parties, best of luck with your bidding. Guys, remember, we want exactly what you want, and that is for you to own this incredible piece of real estate. We are simply here to assist. You've just stepped through the home slab. Now to quickly step you through this simple paperwork to which you can purchase. We are using a standard auction contract, and what that means is run cooling your provisions in place. The suggestion from the good team at Ray White is to naturally encourage you to being buyers. The property we sell is more particularly described in the attachment of title as being volume 05884 folio 724. Together with the improvements, more common items, you can either Postman, Uber Eats, Menu Log and Deliveroo as number 1B James Avenue right here in Highett. Surely when a property sold at 10% deposit is required upon sign of the contracts. If you are the highest bidder, the successful purchaser of today's auction, the balance of these purchase monies do get payable at settlement, which is a very simple and straightforward 33 to 90 days for you. You might also be pleased to know that Australia's largest real estate group, Ray White, does ensure own and buy security through today's auction rules. Today's auction will be conducted in accordance with the rules and any additional conditions that are available for your inspection prior to the start of today's auction. The auction rules prohibit me, an auctioneer, from accepting bids or offers on the property after the property has been knocked down to the successful bidder. The vendors, of course, do have a reserve price, and as the auctioneer, I'll indicate bids upon request. The law does prohibit false bids and prohibits major disruptions by bidders and prohibits bidders from attempting to prevent us from bidding, and does provide fines for this conduct. The rules to allow vendor bids and the words that I'll use in today's auction to indicate that I'm making a bid on behalf of our vendors is quite simply vendor bid, and below only eyes the auctioneer can make that vendor bid. Talking to vendor bids, I'll only ever place a vendor bid in the absence of your participation, and if I do place a vendor bid, always be assured it's going to be below the owner's reserve price. Talking of reserve, Elise, how are we looking?
Well, Kevin, we have a fantastic reserve on today's property. You've seen it. It's stunning. It's time to make it yours.
It's time to make it yours, ladies and gentlemen. It is our first auction for 2022, and gee, what a year 2022 has already been in the last few weeks. Now's your chance to secure yourself this beautiful home and bid with the same enthusiasm that Elise just showed literally before when she did her 2 lines. How excited is she, and why wouldn't she be? What we have on offer is a beautiful home, one of a kind. The owners have not built this home with a calculator, they've built it with their heart. And as it was getting built, arguments raged among neighbours. Is it slate? Is it marble? I don't know, but it's the finest materials that they could find have been used, and you could make this property all yours in 2022. Should the property pass in, the highest, but only the highest bidder gets the first and exclusive right to purchase this home at the owner's sensible reserve that Elise mentioned earlier. The backbone behind any transaction is, of course, its location. And what better location can you find than being in the epicenter of all the action? Years ago, for those of the neighbours that have lived here for 20, 30, 40 years, Highett used to look completely different to what it is today. There is beautiful, stylish homes. You're surrounded by all types of schooling, public, private, boys, girls, primary, secondary, easy access to everything that this beautiful suburb has on offer. Is there another lockdown coming? We don't know, but should you get locked into a 5-kilometre radius, you've got everything you need within the 5Ks of this beautiful property. Beach over in that direction, you're surrounded by some quality suburbs, easy access to the shopping village as well. And there's not just one shopping village, there's plenty of shops around here. You've got the Highett Road shops, you've got the Bay Road shops on a beautiful day like today, easy access to the ocean. And after you go to the ocean, if you need to take the car to the car wash, literally right here as well. Westfield Southland. You could walk to Westfield Southland, a selection of multiple train stations in every direction of you. Highett train station, Westfield train station, Cheltenham train station over there as well. On a day like today, if you wanted to head out with some friends on a golfing tour, once again, you don't need to go far away at all. You are surrounded by the finest golf courses this suburb has on offer, well, this country has on offer. And more importantly, I'll let the cars pass by. And more importantly, you've got some lovely neighbours, beautiful streetscapes, and back home, the perfect family home. 4 bedrooms, 3 bathrooms, built with a lot of love by the sellers and by Amazing Homes. Some 33 square metres of 33 squares, I should say, of real estate magic. Double garage. How often do we come across a double garage these days in a home or a townhouse? You've got the luxury of a double garage as well. That beautiful open spaces. 2 master bedroom. The walk-in robe upstairs is superb. Open plan living downstairs. A chef's state-of-the-art kitchen for the chefs in the home. Multiple living zones for friends, family and unruly teenagers. But what I love the most about this home is it just feels good. When you walk in, people don't buy bricks and mortar, they buy the feeling, they buy the vibe, and it just has that vibe. Your parties over here will be well ahead of schedule in your neighbours and friends' calendars. And right now, we're offering 30 to 90-day settlement, which means you could move right in right before Christmas and host your first party. Folks, before I started the auction here today, my sellers just looked up in the sky and wished for something. No prizes for guessing what they were wishing for. Ladies and gentlemen, 1B James Avenue, right here in Highett. Lots of talk and great discussion. What's this property worth? We submit it to you now. Who'd like to commence the bidding and where do we go from here? Always at auctions. I do make that recommendation that he come in at that highest and that best immediately, folks. Start us off at any number you like. Never happens ever. Happy to see you 1.4. More than happy to start with a vendor bid. I'd rather see a genuine bid from one of you. I've been working on my 10. Can you tell? What do we say to 1.4? Off and our way, I'll kick off today's 1.35, a bit light on, but why not? Appreciated at 135 and looking for 25 or 50. $1.35 million over there, and thank you so much for helping out. 135, what do we say to 75 or 1.4? 1.35, the bid at 1.3.5. Now's your chance to sneak in and snatch it. Gain ground, respond, rejoin and rejoice. 3 chances, and 3 chances only at 1.3.5. First call, second call, we done finished in silence. Third and final call at 1.3 million, 50,000. Sorry? 1.4 and appreciated. They're literally standing on 2 opposite directions. 1.45 and boom, they certainly know quality when they see it, and I'm not just talking about the auctioneer. 1.4.5. What do we say to 1.5? 1.5 appreciated. Thank you, James. 1.5. What do we say? 1.6. 1.55 and boom, 1.5.5. Let's go to 1.6. Good property, great real estate. 1.6. There you have it at 1.6. You'll never have to go to McDonald's because every meal here is going to be a happy meal. 1.6. What do we say? What do we say to 1.62? 1.62, appreciated at 1.6 and 20, round it's up to 50 or 1.7. I don't mind the call. 1.6 and 20, a bit of 1.620. What do we say? 30, 40, 50. 1.65 appreciated. 1.6 and 1.6 and 50. Let's go 60 or 70. 1.6 and a half over there. 1.65. What do we say? 1.6 million and $50,000. 1.65 needs to know. Now's your chance. 1.6 and a half. What do we say over there at the back? Can we say 10, 20, 30? $10,000 at the current interest repayments is literally 2 coffees a week, and coffees are not good for you anyway. 1.6 and a half. Are you sure we've seen your best? Can we say $10,000 right about now?
1.675.
1.6 and 3/4. 1.675. Gee, don't you hate that? You almost had it, but not quite. Can we say 1.7? Properties in this location don't come on the market this often, especially when they're of this sort of caliber. Of course, there's going to be a little bit of competition. 10,000. Can we tempt you in for 10,000, ma'am? 1.67. Absolutely, we're on the market. We're selling away. Would you like to jump back in for another bid? 1.675. We sell away here today if there is no further bids or offers. 1.6 million, $75,000 for this beautiful property right here. And that's a bid. 1.7. 85, appreciate it. No arguments from me. 85 at 1.6 and 85 appreciated. Right at the back at 85. What do we say? Can we say 95? The doggy's urging you to bid. 1.685. What are we saying? The words of favour, the winner takes it all. Here today, 1.6. 85. 1.7 and boom, there you have it, 1.7. 1.7 the bid, and what do we say? Welcome you back. 10 on top, appreciate it. 7.10 to 1.7 and 10. 1.710 Australian Open is happening right here. 7.2, appreciate it, and we're going back and forth like an argument. 7.3 or 7.4? 1.75, and there you have it. 1.7.5 to 1.75, and what do we say? 1.7.5. They're trying to scare you, but they're not going to. I can feel the tension. Reminds me the first time I took my now wife out to the movies. It's been happy days ever since. Take that step now and do it. 1.7.5. What do we say? 1.76, appreciated. What do we say to 1.8? 1.7 million, $60,000. 1.76 the bid. 10 more appreciated. 77. 77 now over here at 77. Trev, what do we say to 7.8? 1.77 over there at 1.77. Okay, it's a bit warm. 1.77, what do we say? If you go another 10, they might come back again with another 10. It hasn't costed you anything anyway. $1.785, 85 to 1.7 and $85,000. 1.785, round us up to 1.8 if you like. 1.8, appreciated at $1.8 million, and what do we say? 510, 1. I don't mind the call, ladies and gentlemen, if you've just joined us. We're on the market, playing for keeps. We'll sell it away if there is no further bids or offers. $1.8 million, never leave an auction at a round number. 1.8 the bid, and what do we say? Happy to see you, 1, 2, 5, whatever you like. $1.8 million, I've been married for 4 years, I'm a man of compromise now. 1.8. 01, 1,000 on top. 1.801. Why don't you go to 1.9, and I can almost guarantee you they won't come back. 05, appreciated. 1.8 and $5,000 over there. 1.805. What do we say, Trev? Ones aren't working. Can I suggest that? 1.805. Let's go 10 or 20. I'd hate to see you driving in a week's time. 8.10 straight back. 1.8 and 10. We're at the pointy end of the auction. I'd hate to see you driving in a week's time. Sold sticker on the board. Tears streaming down your face. You think to yourself, that handsome auctioneer kept telling me to go another bid. I should have listened. I could have bought. But no. Sure. $1,000? It's the final pointy. The last few bids is all that counts. 1.820, appreciated. 8 and 20, but 1.82. Thank you very much and welcome to 1.82. 1.8 and 20, this should give you so much social proof. A few people want this home, and why wouldn't they? Now you're saying no. Don't make my life hard. Are you sure? $1,000. You've been with us all the way. 1.8 and 20. Are you sure? $500. How about that? Happy to try anything. We'll add it up brick by brick. 1.820. 3 chances, and 3 chances only. You sure? You've said no before. I don't believe you now. 1.8 million and $20,000 on the market. Playing for keeps. We'll start away. There is no further bids or offers. 1B James Avenue in Highett. 840, it is at 1.8 and 40. Changing strategy at 1.84, they're at 1.84. What do we say? 85. 50 straight back. That's how you buy real estate. 1.8 and a half. 1.8 and a half, and what do we say? 1.850. You said that before, I definitely don't believe you now. 1.8 and a half. Final moments of an auction. My heart's beating fast. I'm sure yours is too. 1.8 and a half. Playing for keeps. Sell it away. There's no further bids or offers. You sure we've seen your best? 1.8 million, $50,000. Need to know. 3 chances and 3 chances only. Appreciated at 1.8 and a half over there, right at the back. First call. Second call at 1.8 and a half. We done finished and silent. Third and the final call. Trev, 100% sure over there. Definitely out. We can't see any more. Definitely sure. Permission to sell appreciated. 1.8 million, $50,000 for 1B James Avenue, right here in Highett, for your new neighbours. First, second, third and final call. We are selling, and sold. Congratulations, purchaser. Thank you, John. On behalf of the team of Ray White, we wish you a fantastic weekend. Thank you so much.